Welcome into the H&H Show. I'm your boy Ahmad Hicks alongside my brother Henry Lake. We're back for another episode, and we got a lot to talk about. And I feel like, it's important that we start with the biggest talker and the biggest topic here in Minnesota. No, I'm not talking about the State Fair. That's wrapping up. We're talking about Vikings game week. It is week 1 of the NFL football season. It kicks off on Thursday Night Football, obviously, then extends to Friday, and then the game Sunday, but then the Vikings end it all on Monday night in Chicago with the Bears versus Ben Johnson, Caleb Williams in that offense. Tell me, what are your thoughts right now?
All right, so my thoughts are that when I look at the Minnesota Vikings just as a whole, and I look at the division, I look at the Vikings, and I feel like we all are optimistic that JJ McCarthy is going to have a solid rookie season. I know he was a rookie last year, but he didn't play. This is his first year as a starter. I feel like he's going to be solid. Now, solid is just like there's going to be some highs, there's going to be some lows. It's not going to be Sam Darnold because Sam Darnold at least has some experience before last year. So that's the Vikings. But then when I look at the division, I'm a little bit in flux with how I view the division. And the reason why I say that is because I think that the Micah Parsons trade totally flips how I view everything for everybody. And I say that because this division just became that much tougher. So when you look at Parsons and what he means to the Packers, and they really didn't give up a whole lot to get him.
They didn't.
The Packers are going to be much better. The Bears are going to be much better. Detroit, I'm not going to say they're going to be better because they lost both of their coordinators, but they'll still be good. What does that leave the Minnesota Vikings? So I got some question marks with regards to that.
Is it Green Bay's division now with the Micah Parsons news?
Probably.
Oh.
Probably.
You think so?
I mean, in terms of being the favorite?
Yeah.
I think potentially the favorite.
I mean, you're talking about them going from ranked number 3 in most people's eyes. It's Lions, Vikings, Packers, then Bears. You're saying with the addition of Micah Parsons, they jumped to number 1 ahead of the Detroit Lions.
Possibly. But put it like this. Micah Parsons is a top player?
In the NFL right now?
Yeah.
When healthy, top 20.
I think you can make the case that he's higher.
Probably.
I
was just saying. Let's
just say defensively.
Okay.
Top 5, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Without question.
For sure.
That's a game changer.
And they got Rashawn Gary on the other side who hasn't lived up to his potential, but you bring a guy like Michael Parsons in. Oh, my goodness. Scary season. All right, so we got to talk a little bit more Vikings. Let's dive a little deeper. So Jordan Addison is going to be suspended for the first 3 games. We all know that. So the team needed to do something. They needed to go out there and make a move because Jalen Nailor dinged up his hand at camp. He had a mini procedure, the team said. I know when I saw him a couple of weeks ago, his hand was heavily wrapped. In the training room. And then he just went to a Loons game the other day, and he had stitching on his hand. So you can kind of see where that procedure happened. So they're optimistic that he'll return. But in the meantime, Adam Thielen is back in Minnesota. So is this a great move, or do you think this complicates things for the wide receiver room when Jordan Addison returns and Jalen Nailor is healthy?
No, I don't think it complicates things unless Adam Thielen thinks that he's the number 2. Like Adam Thielen has to know that he's the number 3.
Or 4.
I would say number 3.
Here's my take on that. I'm going to cut you off on your point.
Okay.
Jalen Nailor's speed is just undeniable. Speed kills in the National Football League. Jordan Addison, Jalen Nailor, the 2 fastest receivers on that team. You need them to take the top off the defense. You need that number 3 to be a decoy, just run a clear out. Jalen Nailor's going to be your guy, but I can see Adam Thielen being a third down specialist.
Only reason why I say 3 as opposed to 4 is because with Jalen, I got to see some consistency.
Yeah.
That's still to be seen.
Big audition coming up in weeks 1 through 3.
But with that coming up, I mean, let's not leave out TJ. TJ could be the silent assassin. So I'm feeling good about the offense. Defense, I feel good about because of Brian Flores and what he brings to the table. But the bottom line is, like you mentioned, wide receiver-wise, Adam Thielen has to make you feel good, at least making that move while Jordan Addison's out for a while.
Needless to say, the Vikings went out and did everything they needed to do to make JJ McCarthy's transition a little bit easier to the NFL. He has all the weapons from offensive linemen, tackles, guards, centers to tight ends, now running backs, now wide receivers. I think they have a very complete wide receiver room now.
And real quick, I want to mention this about Jordan Addison. I almost feel like now, after seeing the Rashee Rice suspension, I feel like we might have got away with something.
You think so?
Well, I mean, because they both were in similar boats. I know that Rashee Rice, that accident he had on the freeway, injured some people and stuff like that. Whatever.
And he ran away.
Yeah, that's a little bit different. But like 6-3.
Yeah.
And it's not like Jordan Addison didn't have a prior. So I feel like we got to have our fingers crossed that he only got 3 games.
Maybe so. Happy that he had a clear offseason this past offseason. No trouble, no problem. So now let's just let this, the play speak for itself. Now, another superstar here in town, my man Anthony Edwards went to China to celebrate his new shoe drop. And this is what I want to talk to you about, what I couldn't remember. What's happening? Ni hao is what he said. My guy is just a global icon. Did you see some of his videos trying to speak Chinese and stuff?
I didn't see all the ones where he's trying to speak Chinese. I saw one of them, but like
Ni hao.
Bro, the charisma.
It's off the charts.
It's crazy.
It's off the charts, man.
He's so charismatic.
That man's aura
but we
is
knew
crazy.
that from day one.
Right.
Like coming in, we knew he was going to be that guy.
Right.
It was just about like what type of level is he going to play at?
Right.
Not only is he a superstar on the court, but off the court, oh my goodness.
So we're big shoe guys, me and you. We love our sneakers. What do you think about the AE2s? Do you think these are one of the hottest hooping shoes out there?
So I don't wear a ton of hooping shoes.
Yeah.
Just because as an old guy, as you guys can see the grays, I get out there, I hoop one time, my back is out for the next week. But I mean, just to kind of like rock some stuff.
Yeah.
I think that they're nice looking. Now, full transparency, I'm more of a Nike guy than an Adidas guy, and I'm not hating on Adidas, but those are some really nice kicks.
I ain't gonna lie to you, they are. They're fire.
Yeah, and the color scheme, the newest one that they had, that they rolled out in China, unbelievable.
Fire.
Yep.
You always got to have the loud patterns and things like that.
Yep.
I love to see what Ant's doing. I mean, just believe it or not, we're 6 weeks away from the NBA season, training camp getting rolling here, and Ant, all of them have a new buzz. He's been in Minnesota working out a lot with his guys. He said that was the one thing that they wanted to do this summer was work out here in Minnesota together, and they've been doing that. He is a little bit leaner. I think, that's going to pay dividends when you're talking about deep runs in the playoffs and him being, gassed a little bit in the third and fourth quarter when you need him. So hopefully he'll be a little bit better offensively and defensively.
Well, he said a couple of years ago, not last offseason, but this offseason before, he said, man, I'm going to chill out a little bit on the Popeye's chicken and stuff like that.
He did say that 2 years ago.
He's doing a better job.
He did. Every year he's growing. And I think something that we all need to remind ourselves, this guy's young.
Yeah.
He is very young.
What, 24?
If that.
Yeah, I think he might be 23.
I think he's 23.
Yeah, about to
And so my
24.
thing is, like, as he said, people didn't like it when he was sitting next to Mike Conley when they lost in the playoffs this past year. But he said, I'm young. I'm going to be back here again and over again. I'm going to be ready.
But don't take it for granted.
No, you can't take it for granted. So, but Ant's living his best life, so we had to bring that up. He's doing his thing, just got back from China, whatnot. AE2's out there, so grab a pair if you haven't. Now, let's transition talk. Since we're talking about basketball, let's talk about the Lynx. Just clinched the best record in the WNBA, 31 wins and counting for this team. Nafisa Collier's back in her first game back. She almost flirted with the double-double, had, I think, 34 points, 9 rebounds. I mean, you look at this team with Dejanay Carrington and just everybody else that they have, it seems like this team is just built to go win it all. And I won't say sweep the New York Liberty, but, I mean, they took it to them in the season series, 3-1, for the season.
So, I got a chance to, while I was doing the radio show on Thursday, I was watching them as they faced Seattle.
Yeah.
And that was a tough game. They blew a 21-point lead. It was the largest lead that they ever,
Skylar Diggins let them know, too.
She sure did.
Let them know.
She let them know. But I bring that up just because that was a rough game for Fee, okay? You're not going to see too many games where Fee is like that. But I feel like right now, Fee's got to get a little bit more into her rhythm. And I feel like here at the end of the year, the big dogs in the league are really starting to step it up.
Right.
Now, Fee missed time. So, of course, she's going to be a little bit inconsistent. Aja Wilson is doing her thing. All the teams right now have their stars that are rolling. What's the young lady from the Atlanta Dream? Ryan Howard.
Oh, Ryan Howard, yes.
Yeah.
Or Alicia Gray, yeah.
Yeah. They both been off the charts. So right now, the reason why I bring up all those names is because right now, as we close out the end of the year, I want our top players to play their best basketball.
It's going to be interesting.
And we got that number 1 seed.
You do. And Cheryl Reeve let the team have it after the game, especially in the media, the press game media. She said, we didn't play any effing defense. Yeah. It's just like, one thing, Cheryl's going to be very blunt whenever she speaks about her team.
Got the dub yesterday, though.
Yes, they did. Yeah. They did. They bounced back. But and they got a big game coming up against Dallas here the next day. But you love to see it from head coach Cheryl Reeve. She's always going to be honest about her group, and she didn't hold back the other day.
And she was fired up because, Skylar Diggins got her upset.
She was chirping at the bench. So season series now, that counts is 1-1, but the Storm also got them and the Commissioner's Cup. So it's technically 1-2 this season. So the Seattle Storm do have the Lynx number right now.
Well, see, that was what I'm glad you brought that up, because I think that the two teams that match up the best against the Lynx, for some reason, number one is New York. New York matches up extremely well. But Seattle, they just know how to play us.
They do. They do. It's going to be very interesting down the stretch here. Only a handful of games remain before the playoffs begin in the WNBA, so we'll be certainly watching that closely. Now, speaking of things wrapping up, the Twins season is close to wrapping up. They had a weekend stand against the Padres here in town where they were actually able to win this series. Lake, did that surprise you?
What? It's the Twins, man. We're gonna win, Twins. Don't hate on the Twins,
Are you okay?
Man. Huh?
Did you go to brunch or something before you came in? You feel like
I don't brunch, man.
I'm just you had to do something to be thinking about that.
I haven't eaten
response.
all day, to be honest with you. Yeah, did it catch me off guard? Yeah, I was a little bit surprised.
Right.
I mean, the Padres playing good baseball. The Padres,
that's what I'm saying.
Battling with the Dodgers. Yeah, to come into Target Field and for the Twins to, take care of business. Yeah, slight surprise.
Okay, so for my thing,
shout out to Joe Ryan.
Incredible day.
Yep.
7 innings, 8 strikeouts, no earned runs. That's exactly what you need to see. Royce Lewis, couple of RBIs in this game. So
Buck.
29 home runs for him this season.
Yep.
Previous career high was 28 back in 2022. Yep. So only the second time in this 11-year career that he's gone above 20 home runs. So do you think that with the play that Byron Buxton has had this season, do you think this is something that should be the floor for him moving forward?
The floor. I don't want to say the floor. I'm going to say that this is who he is. I think that maybe there's another level to unlock, but I'm not 100% sure of that. Like, this is what I want to see moving forward. I don't want to say the floor because we know that he's had issues with being injured.
Yeah.
And so I just don't want to bank on looking at him next year and feeling like he's for sure going to play 162.
I'm knocking on wood for you, Buck.
As in being available.
I'm knocking on wood for you. Hopefully you're available for 162. I know that's a lot of games to play. Yeah. My thing, though, for Twins fans, is there something to be excited about for next season? Or do you just look at the end of this season, the up and down, the inconsistency, the highs, and sometimes the lows, and say, man, what could have been if we just invested a little bit more money in this
Well,
thing?
I think that, something that I'm going to be excited about is, number one, Buxton coming back healthy. Luke Keeschel, I love his game. I love how much he hustles. I just love his whole entire demeanor. Of course, you're going to be excited about Joe Ryan. You have to be excited that you're going to get Pablo Lopez back. Mm-hmm. I do have questions. I'm actually going to talk about this on the radio show. I do have questions about guys that you obtain via trade in the pitching staff. Mm-hmm. When you talk about Abel and Bradley, I've got questions about how good they're going to be, and I want to watch them for the rest of this year. The reason why I bring this up is because the moment that we acquired Joe Ryan and he was available and we brought him up, he performed. Right. From day one.
Right.
The whole USA baseball, we were super pumped and excited, and he showed flashes off the rip.
Right.
I want to see that from those guys too.
Do you think you see that right now?
No, not right now. You don't. I mean, Bradley pitched better yesterday, but Abel hasn't looked good at all.
Right.
Yeah. So
it's tough sledding. Tough sledding for the Twins.
But it's just about finishing strong and seeing what you're going to offer going into the offseason.
Exciting time of the year right now. Everything's going. We didn't even mention the Minnesota Wild, but they'll begin training camp soon as well. So you're talking about the Wild going. The WNBA season will be in the playoffs. The NFL season will be here.
College football.
Timberwolves kicking off. Minnesota just got a big win versus Buffalo. Drake Lindsay looked very good in the day opener. I won't say he looked very good, but let me
slow your roll.
Okay, I'm sorry. Let me take a step back.
Offensively, I thought it was a struggle for us.
It was, but the thing that I liked about Drake Lindsay,
okay,
his arm strength. I don't know if you guys who watch football at home pay attention to some of the throws he was completing where he's on one hash and he's going to the opposite number across the field. That's NFL arm talent. And the first couple of out routes he created, you're like, whoa. This man got a big-time arm. You're like, all right, so now they just need to piece it together with an offensive line. You have 5 new guys playing together, only 1 with prior experience here in Minnesota, 4 newbies. So, look, there's going to be some growing pains right there. But I think the defense looked phenomenal.
The defense looked good, but the issue was this. So I did a little bit of research the day before the matchup, and I looked at the teams, but I also looked at, like, the betting patterns and stuff like that, whatever, and everything that I saw said, oh, this is going to be a defensive struggle because both offenses are going to be challenged, right? That's what we saw in the first set. That first set, let's be honest, it was ugly. It was ugly.
It was bad.
Now, the Gophers opened up a little bit later. I thought that the tight end did a really good job in game number 1, whatever.
Gears, yeah.
And then Darius Taylor, he ran the football pretty well. But the bottom line is Buffalo.
I know.
So,
I know.
you know, and I watched last night. I don't know if you saw any of the Cal game. Man, Cal looked decent against Oregon State, and that's one of the opponents that we're going to – yeah, so we'll see how things shake out. But it's early. Week 1, you got a dub.
I will say this about PJ Fleck's team and these Week 1 games that they schedule. Outside of North Carolina, they're typically cupcakes.
Yep.
And they never look good offensively.
So you're saying we're never going to see like a Texas, Ohio State type of matchup?
Nah, the best we'll get is a Minnesota, North Carolina. Before North Carolina was good. I don't think PJ and them were ever going to schedule anybody tough for that Week 0 game. You can't. Not at home.
Yeah.
You got to.
Well, years ago we played USC. I was at that game. I wasn't even living here.
That was crazy.
And they won.
That was crazy last year. That was when they beat USC here, too. That was a good time. So, hopefully, though, we'll see where the Gophers go this season. Drake Lindsey at quarterback, Darius Taylor kind of leading the way. So, we'll be keeping tabs on them this week. I won't even mention who they played because they should just steamroll them. That should be like, a 50-point victory. But we'll follow it up when they begin Big Ten conference play. So, that's Henry Lake. I'm Ahmad Hicks. Appreciate you all for joining in. We'll be back next week for more content.
Happy Labor Day.
Happy Labor Day, right?